it's hot. People wanting to get healthier, but not knowing where to start, and then also just not putting in the necessary, or maybe they actually, but it's, let me just re-describe that. Not putting in the necessary work required to get healthier. And the reason why they can't is because they don't know where to start. That's what I believe. Most of the time. I give them the benefit of a doubt. And because they don't know where to start, they start doing something crazy, and then it's not sustainable, and then they stop doing it, and ultimately they just give up and they forget about it, and they do other things to distract themselves from trying to get healthier. And this is even more so with people that deal with like really bad health problems, or they're getting worse, and they just decide to ignore it, or they decide to fill up their life more with other things to distract themselves from the reality that they're slowly dying. And that's what's really happening is like when you're getting unhealthier because you're eating too much, or there's like you have a disease and you're not taking care of it, you're slowly killing yourself, and it's a painful. It's like it's not an immediate pain, but it's a slow and painful death. Very, very slow. Over the course of, I don't know, let's say you're 25, 30, 60 years. You're dying for 60 years if you don't take care of it. That's wild, if you think about that. So, and I get frustrated as a coach, an advisor, nutrition coach, whatever label you want to put on it. I get frustrated because out of all the resources that are out there, out of all the resources I can provide, out of all the information I can give you, nothing's going to make you do it. Like the analogy, like you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, applies to this, because that happens all the time, and it's super frustrating because you just want to take people, you want to shake them, you're like, this is all you need to do. And sometimes it could be a simple thing of like a couple tweaks in like lifestyle changes. And this is what I talked about in my last video, kind of. I talked about like a couple tweaks, couple knob turns of your life. As a pain in the butt as it may feel like in the beginning, a slight knob turn, like waking up an hour earlier every day. This is for some people. I'm not just generalizing. Can make the biggest difference, right? Creating some structure in your life so that you can actually start implementing a plan can make the biggest difference in your life. And that's what I kind of talked about in my last video, also ranting about something else. But it's really frustrating when you can give all the information, you can help people, but what they really need, what they really, really, truly need is what a child needs, and that's accountability and structure. That's it. Because even if it's not perfect, right? Kids are not perfect, but if you give them some accountability and you're accountable with them, and you're give them some structure, they're going to improve every single time that you are on top of them, because they're not going to be perfect. You can't expect them to be perfect. This is the same way I treat my clients, the same way I help people. It's like accountability is number one, and then creating some structure or showing them some structure, because I work with adults, I don't work with children, is what ultimately gets them to their goal of getting healthier, losing weight, achieving a different physique, reversing some blood pressure medications, like getting off of them, losing 50 pounds. All of that requires work and effort and knowledge, right, on their part, and you give them that and make it easy for them to make it palatable for them to do. But the biggest factor, and this is why I think all good coaches are the same. It's just about personality of who you like, is the accountability and the structure a coach creates for you will bring you the results that you want. Period. Because all the information is out there. We know how to lose weight. We know what we need to use. We know what apps we need to use. We know what foods to eat. We have all of that. All that information. This is why it's like, I make a joke. Sometimes I'm like, my job it's necessary, but it's kind of not. It's a job that was created because of the lack of structure and lack of accountability people have for themselves. And now I have a job now, right? Because I'm solving people's problem. But I feel like if people just did that to begin with, there wouldn't be nutrition coaches at all. And just like with anything, right? With any kind of like problem in the past. But this is more just about, I'm kind of like getting off topic, but like I get frustrated because you present the solution to people, which is the accountability and structure. People don't want to take it because they have a lot of pride and they think I can do this on my own. And I get that. Totally get that because I get like that. I do that all the time when it comes to things. Like I'm stubborn. I can figure it out. I can do it on my own. I don't have to pay for that. And then eventually it leads me to paying for it. And then it costs me more, like both physically and monetarily. Like I'll give you a good example. I'm supposed to be cleaning all the cobwebs and taking care of all the ants around the house and all the wasps that build their nest. And I kept on putting it off, and I kept on telling my wife, "I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll take care of it. I'll get the spray. I'll take care of the ants tomorrow. I'll get the thing. I'll do." And because I was so prideful, because I was so stubborn, I didn't hire a pest controller company that comes around and like cleans the house. I just thought to myself, I could do it myself. Logically, yeah, why not? I could just do it. I just didn't have the time to do it, and I didn't know where to start, and I didn't know what to get. I didn't know what was safe for my dogs. I didn't know how to dispose of certain things, and there's a lot more work that had to be done knowing more about what to do. What ultimately happened is a guy knocked on my door, pretty much didn't even have to sell me because I was like, this is like a sign. He was like, yeah, I'm here. I help the people down the street. I do the pest control. I'm like, yep. Uh-huh. He told me all the things I need to do. I'm like, cool. Awesome. I'll sign up right now. And he was shocked because he didn't have to sell me because I sold myself because I wasn't doing it. I realized through my stubbornness that I wasn't actually helping anybody, not even cleaning the house, not doing anything. And I was actually making it worse because it was getting worse. The wasp nest was getting bigger. The anthill was getting bigger. The cobwebs were getting worse. It was just getting worse. So I just said yes to the guy. He came, he did it, and he comes every month now. And I could have just did that from the start, and it would have been at less of a cost because it had been less work to be done because there was less anthills, cobwebs, all of that. But more work had to be done. The guy had to be here longer because there was a bigger wasp nest behind. It was bad, and he had to come back. And I was like, okay, so I had to pay more up front in the beginning because I was too stubborn. And that's not even an analogy, that's the example I'll use. If you are struggling with something and you have a clear and presented solution to that, and you have help along with that to know what to do to hold your hand, do it. And this isn't a sales pitch. And I know it seems like a sales pitch, but it's not even a sales pitch for myself. It's for anything. It's for physical therapy. It's for maybe going to the doctor. It's for maybe going to like getting that surgery that you should have probably got 2 years ago. It's maybe for like, I don't know, it could be literally getting a pest control thing, right? Do the thing that you are putting off because you think you could do it yourself. Nutrition. You think you can eat right, track your calories, know exactly what to do, create the structure that you want. I can guarantee you're not, unless you're really, 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 you're that type of person. I can almost put my stamp of like, nope, it probably won't happen because you haven't done it yet. And you've proven the fact that you're in this circumstance that you're in and it's getting worse has proven to me and everyone else that you can't do it on your own. And that humility that you need to have in order to get better first, which I think is very important, you need to actually put that on the forefront of making that decision. And trust me, having humility sucks. But being able to say that will actually allow you to grow, get better, get the help, get the result you want, and it will be absolutely worth it. So that's my rant for the day. Have some humility that's it. At the end of the day, just have humility. I think more of us need to have humility. I don't think we have enough of it. To admit that we're wrong and that we can't do it on our own, I think is super, super important. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. My coffee's cooled down now. Oh yeah.